ways. But yeah, I wanted to talk about something terrible that I read recently, and that was Woody. Have you ever seen the film Milo and Otis?
No.
Oh, yes.
So growing up, Milo and Otis was this real big film for, like, I don't know, my formative years. When I was 4, 5, 6 years old, it seemed like we watched it nonstop. It's about this little ginger kitten and this pug dog who live on a farm, and it's real live action animals hanging out with each other, and it's like voiceover. So it's like those movies, Look Who's Talking Now, where you've got a human voicing this real life animal. None of that.
But they don't do like
there aren't two dogs and a cat with
false. No, that's Homeward Bound.
that is what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good movie too. But Milo and Otis came out when I was 5 years old or something, maybe even before then. I'm not quite sure. And you follow this ginger kitty and this little pug dog through all these adventures, because one day, like, one of them falls in the stream and the other jumps in after it, and they get swept away in the stream through all these. And they go on all these adventures. There's one point where, and they get separated along the way, and they deal with all kind of hardships. They find counterparts, they find girl kittens and girl pugs to like have babies with. Yeah. They go on adventures, and they fight bears and birds. And look, what I read recently was that apparently this is not one of those movies in which no animals were harmed during the making of this film.
No, not Milo and Otis. How many Milo's and Otises were there?
It's all right. So here's the death count. And this apparently, and I'm a little confused about the wording of everything I've read, because after the death count, they always include, but this doesn't include the gruesome outtakes. I'm like, whoa, that seems like, what are we counting then? But in any case, 5 cats drowned. All right, now, because first thing in the movie, they fall in the stream, right, get swept away. Well, cats don't swim too good. 5 cats drowned. 4 were mauled to death, because I think there's a scene with a bear, like a black bear or something. Christ. Yeah. 2 cats were pecked to death, because there's this scene with all these seagulls, if I remember correctly. Again, I was 5. One cat was swallowed.
So that's up to 11 cats, right?
Getting there. Yeah, it's 11 cats. The 12th was swallowed whole by a snake. 3
And then
3 dogs drowned. 2 dogs were mauled to death. 1 dog froze to death in the shivering scene in the snow. They just froze him to death. Like,
that was ridiculous.
He freezes to death.
Did you know that 1 Jack Nicholson died in the last scene in The Shining?
And again, like I said, the last sentence is, this count doesn't even allow for outtakes, gruesome outtakes, which, if I had to guess, means like maybe when they were like testing scenes, or like, oh, let's see if a cat will fight a bear, or what'll happen, and they just threw cats at black bears for 6 hours, like, to see if they got anything good.
So director to be shooting that opening scene in the water, and you throw 1 cat in, and it. Oh, fuck. Did you film it? No, I missed it too. All right. Go back. We got a whole bag of cats. All right.
So I wonder if anyone else is doing the same side of cruelty math in their head that I am. You know, $1 is worth like 40 pesos or something. How many cat lives does it take to be worth a dog life?
Oh, man. I in my opinion, like...
It's not one to one.
Dog's life?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, dogs are way better than cats. So I'm thinking like
3. It's like 3.
I had 4 in my head. I'm in the same ballpark. Yeah,
it's like 3. Like, if you had, and I'll tell you how I'm doing it in my head. I'm imagining that simple old equation of the train coming down the tracks, and I can pull the switch and I can make it go left or I can make it go right, but it's going somewhere. It has to be in one formation or the other, A or B. And A is 1 dog. I'm picturing the collie that I saw at the airport yesterday. He was a service dog. He was really cool looking, had lots of speckles. Looked real proud to be leading that little girl around. And, then I'm picturing like 3 fucking ginger cats in a box going, meow, meow. And the dog's just standing there like, do what you got to do, man. There are 3 of them.
Here's one.
I choose you, buddy. The cats are done.
If there was a track just like that, and on one side you see a guy that you don't know, you just kind of look at him and you're like, he seems like a good enough dude. He's just laying there saying for help. And on the other side is a train track that's incredibly long, and on it is strapped every single cat on Earth. Someone's kidnapped every cat on the planet, and they're all there. Every house cat. It's a very long track, and they're bunched up. And right now it's headed for the man. Do you pull that lever and kill every cat on the planet, every house cat?
What kind of man?
That's the thing. He looks like a good guy. You don't know anything about him. We will say that he's not like, you're not going to free him and be like, haha, back to raping or something. Like, he's not like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I wish we would assign him can we give him a name at least?
His name's Edgar.
Oh, we got to save Edgar.
He's an engineer, I think, right?
Yes,
Edgar. Yeah, I doubt Edgar is. Edgar is giving back to his society. I almost guarantee it. You don't roll around with Edgar as your name. You go to Ed as soon as you realize you're working at the bowling alley now. Like you're Ed, right? If you're still
Edgar's
Edgar,
paid for that entire train. What do you think about it?
Edgar's like, put the handle in the 2.1 position. You'll save us all. I built that.
I contribute.
Edgar's a fucking engineer or something. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If we're talking about house cats, I guess maybe I would want to do a little research and find out like if we lose all the house cats, does that really throw off local ecosystems like globally? Like does the house cat like is the house cat like the bat in that it goes out every night and eats its body weight in like mosquitoes and shit? Like are those things going out there and keeping the possums at bay? And without the common house cat, the possum king would just roll into neighborhoods in force with his possum crew, and they just run, eating babies and cribs.
Gangs
and
of raccoons
dogs with their barbed penises. Like if that's going to happen,
Wait,
then
tell
I
me
say
more about possum penises.
they have the bar. I think they have a barb. Oh no, those are the ones that are a bone. Yeah, it's a bone, I think, and they call it an Alabama toothpick, I believe, because they save it and then pick their teeth with it.
God damn it, Alabama! You're an embarrassment to us all.
Here's an even more difficult question: just remove Edgar entirely. Do you still kill all the cats? I do.
I'm gonna be honest. I just have no good relationships with cats. But no, I'm not pro cat genocide for no reason. I'm not gonna just randomly push the cat holocaust button. I don't think because, Bubbles loves his kitties. I was watching a lot of Trailer Park Boys the other day, and Bubbles has all those kitties. They seem kind of cool.
Yeah,
I guess some people
just killing every cat. You're saving every dog and every pound across the country.
Oh, that's done. Done. Yeah, of course.
Because everybody's going to go, oh, my cat. Oh, I want an animal that actually loves me and cares about me and isn't waiting to eat my eyes the second I die. Oh, I'm going to go get a dog.
Yep.
And they're going to be like, oh, my God, I was such a fool. Thank God for that hero Taylor who killed every cat.
I doubt that's how the world will remember you.
They call you the cat slayer.
No, it's only those cats, not the cool cats. Definitely not the cool cats. Not lions and tigers. They're still there.
What about the lynx? Can I, or like one of those Amazon cats?
Nope, doesn't make it. The lynx is too cool.
Okay. Here's the thing. Let's say the same railroad track. We got 4 dogs on one track and 1 great ape.
What kind of great ape?
Chimpanzee.
Fuck the chimp. You know what? If it would tear my fingers off, give him the chance. There's plenty of those out there. I can go to the zoo.
If you put that chimp is just waiting to tear loose from his binds so that it can maul those dogs and rape you.
6 dogs, 1 orangutan.
Rape and murder. Like that's all he cares about.
Orangutan, orangutans are more rare, so I'd have to let that one live. But orangutans, I think I brought this up before. It's a species that does not exist sans rape. Like orangutan bitches are never like, you know what, I'm down. They're always swinging away like, oh Jesus, fuck. And then the male orangutan is like, well, thanks to sexual dimorphism, I'm 3 times your size, haha. And he just grabs him, pulls him down, and then they rape the species ahead.
Wow.
Nature is really fucked up when you think about it. Like, isn't that fucking... and you have to wonder if the female orangutans are, like, actually running, or if that running is just the way that their species determines who gets to mate, where they're like, nope, I'm not mating with that slow idiot weak guy and making my babies slow weak idiots.
Or is it just how they play hard to get? Like, I remember early in my relationship with Jackie, she'd be like, no. And I'd be like, honey... No means like you. That is not a game we play. We don't coyly say no. Yeah, we say yes.
Sometimes the orangutan does sometimes rape the female to death. So in that case, I think that she really didn't want it.
We had to lay down the whole like this, shy little no thing is not okay.
You're not some maid from Braveheart days. Like we need to be clear about consent.
Yes.
That era.
Oh, so romantic. But that's how I was. Yeah, it was just like this is not.
You just sign here that you want me to pound your puss. Just right here. Yeah, initial down there by the puss. Yeah,
I'm telling these things. Her mother's right there. my
knows.
My mother-in-law moved in. She's very nice. She's very sick. And
Is that very recent?
This is where she belongs. Between the last 2 shows. Yeah, so
okay.
Saturday she moved in. And yeah, it's not a joke or anything, but she's living with us, and this is where she needs to be.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see. We talked about the cat genocide. Yeah, I think I like cats a little more than you do, but not enough to have one. I'll tell you what. My cat experience was that we had that cat who just lived here, and we called it White Cat. And I was like, yeah, sure, live. I'll buy you food. I was like as long as if you're so low maintenance that I just fill a bowl every couple of days and you just do the rest, like I'm okay with that. I'll scratch you when I see you, and if you want me to, I just will. And then White Cat had like 6 fucking babies, and the only no-kill shelter was 100 miles away. So I drove her babies to Greenville, South Carolina, to be.
So
we
put 'em on the
rescued a
train
dog
track.
last week. I don't know if I've talked about it or anything. We had a black lab. I think I have a picture of him. He was he's super skinny. You could see all his ribs. He was obviously underfed. He looked youngish. I'm going to call him 1. And he was outside. You remember that cold like snowstorm stuff? It got down to 8 in my area. So he didn't want to come in the house. Oh my gosh, Jackie would have the door open for like 20 minutes, encouraging him, putting food like 1 foot apart as he came closer. And we eventually got him in the house and kept him warm all night and took him to some sort of no-kill shelter where he'll be found. I think he'll be adopted. He was very sweet and 1-year-old.
I was under the impression that you kept it there for a second, but
Oh,
I was
kept
like,
a
God damn,
4th
you
dog?
already have multiple dogs. Like, that's a lot of dogs, and you're bringing in a problem child. You're like adopting one of the kids that like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt do because they're so rich and bored. They're like, I can fix this Congolese kid's life, I guess.
No.
Hey, Abdul, you want to stop defusing mines for a living?
Hey, have you ever seen any of my movies? I pick a rubber and lose a hand if I do not bring a daily quota. Oh, so you haven't seen my films? Like, because we're gonna have all the thing. Honestly, can we go back to the rubber plant?
Tomb Raider is gonna blow your mind, Abdul. Let's go. Come on, hop in the jet.
My mom's hot.
Bring your rubber. Come on.
Yeah, bring the rubber. You don't have to bring it. We have plenty of rubber.
They got divorced, and I think that they're trying to like keep it under wraps, like what the issues were. But I keep hearing that she's kind of nutty about those kids.
Yeah, there seems to be a big he said she thing. I keep hearing about his like abusiveness and alcohol and all this crazy stuff. But when people are in the middle of a divorce, I take everything with a grain of salt. They just
Sure.
Who are we talking about right now?
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah,
30%.
my main concern would be who has to take custody of those children. Like, can I get out of here without those? Like, entail? I don't want those.
They like try to return the kids. Like, what is the Sudan's policy on an unadoption?
Yeah, we'll give you $100. It goes super far in Senegal.
Yeah,
you just fucking
buy your own pirate ship.
Your own pirate, and it's just a dumbass skiff with like an 8
Just some
horsepower.
bullshit dinghy with an AK that's semi-broken laying in the bottom of it.
It's just for show. You just scare people if it doesn't shoot.
I thought that was fucked up about the animals, though. And